is time for the UVA LCS Spring Split. We are back, and I'm sure you guys have absolutely missed the insane games we had. Let me quickly make that a little bit smaller, and let me also get the champ select music up, and then we'll be good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to be back for the spring semester, as this is the UVA LCS. I, of course, am Seamus Anderson, casting for you guys tonight. These two teams both have... so here, I'll talk a little bit about the history of these teams. Purple Inhibitor Cares, Captain Poro Sushi. Might seem familiar to UVA LCS fans, as he was the captain of the Black Turtles. They rebranded their name. I'm not entirely sure why they did that, and they had to pick up two players because two of their players left. They picked up Shinobi 143, and they picked up Urdon, who is a substitute for them last split. What's really interesting to note is that Shinobi 143 is a support main and a duoed an AD carry main, and he had duoed with CCO, who's the support of Purple Inhibitor Cares. But I'm pretty sure they want Frank Poro Akimata to play AD carry, so I'm not entirely sure what role he's going to play. Interestingly enough, on the other side of the screen, you of course have We Care, which led by Kevin Dyslexic Liu, who of course was captain of the Shrekkening. It's basically the captain of the Shrekkening and a couple of members of the Silver Earthers who are now defunct, and then a couple of free agents, one of which is Ferox W. Now, Ferox W, fantastic Nami main. He's played hundreds and hundreds of games of support champions, and he might be playing jungle. So that presents some issues. That's a little bit about the history. Both these teams... Thank you, Shinobi 143's brother. Both these teams are going to have a lot of... Thanks. Both these teams are going to have a lot of interesting kinks to work through. So this... I mean, not to be like an ass or to be rude. Whatever, that's PG. But I don't think these... Like, I'm not expecting a very clean game, if that makes sense. And to be completely honest, the Black Turtles last season were anything but clean. They had some of the longest games we had for that season, and that's kind of the reason why they rebranded themselves and are calling themselves Purple Inhibitor Cares. There is a fantastic game. Go check out our YouTube channel. I think it was week 3 between Who Cares and... Actually, it was week 3. Who Cares and Black Turtles. And it was an insane game with like double XP attempt. If you remember the Chinese OMG Fnatic game at Worlds, I'd watch that. Anyway, that was the history. Now looking at these picks and bans. So I don't know too much about the players, but very interestingly enough, we see Tristana and Zed banned against Purple Inhibitor Cares. That's something honestly that I expected. Poro Sushi has been absolutely fantastic on that Zed, and Poro Akimata, I think, had like or he didn't have a perfect Tristana record, but he had like a 7-1 record. Yeah, the new microphone absolutely sounds great, so shoutouts to me for buying it. Anyway, CCO picking up Janna. I would like this. I think Janna and Caitlyn mesh very well, have very strong synergy, and CCO also has gotten very comfortable playing that champion over the last split. And Newell's on Jinx. Shinobi 143 looking to counterpick Jarvan. That is interesting. Oh my goodness. Is Ferox going to play Nami? I want to see Ferox and Nami. Please, please. Dyslexic, I don't really care what you do with your team, but Ferox W has played hundreds and hundreds of games of Nami, and I know this because I was his roommate. So I saw this guy play Nami, and what's funny is he's unranked, but on the form that I had every player fill out a form. If you played only top, what role do you think he'd be in ranked? If you played only mid, etc. He thinks he'd be a platinum level support. So we'll see, but for now, Dennis Magical, of course, is a support main, so she might be playing that role instead. Annie has seen quite a bit of resurgence lately. We see her a lot in the Eastern Chinese and LCK in Korea, since she has a lot of burst potential, and basically they're going to have a lot of assassination potential coming out of We Care right now. Whereas At the moment, just Jarvan and Caitlyn are sort of strong at team fighting. Jarvan especially. John is really going to want to try and monsoon targets away, so it'll be interesting to see if Poor Sushi can stay alive against all this aggression coming out of WeCare's composition. But still 2 more picks for PIC to lock in. We'll see what they decide to do. We haven't seen Poor Sushi's pick yet. I'm curious to see what he's going to play in this 5.1 patch. A lot has changed since the last time, of course, that we played or saw UVA LCS players. Will Uerdon go with Malphite or Hecarim? Hecarim has seen a decent amount of play in solo lanes as a counter to AD champions. So I don't know. Wow, Poor Sushi going with Katarina. Any UVA LCS fan knows that we have a ton of Katarina mains, but honestly, Poor Sushi, I don't even think he played her once last split. Uerdon has played a decent amount of Malphite, and it looks like Renekton had a couple of changes. He's a little bit stronger now fighting, like dueling, but he's not so strong in minion waves, so we'll see how this goes. Player's going to have a little bit of a time to swap around, and it looks like Ferox W is going to go mid on Ahri. Now, I'm not going to say Poor Sushi's going to, I don't know, Ahri into Katarina. That's a pretty... Ahri should win that lane pretty hard, but Ferox W is way less experienced, especially less experienced in the UVA LCS than Poor Sushi, so... I really don't think... So, outside sources, I'll let you guys... Oops. I'll let you see the... Oh. Maybe he did play Katarina. I honestly don't remember watching him play Katarina, so... And that's, I guess, the reason why we should have automated stats. Wait, are you serious? That's interesting. Well, I can just lol. Let's find out. He's played a lot of Zed. That's like his main go-to. Katarina. Oh, you're right. He has, in Season 4, he had 80 games of Cat. In Season 3, he had 250 games of Cat. So, like, at least 330 games of Katarina, so I guess that was a really good ban. Yeah, as I said before, team competition-wise, both these teams are fairly strong at team fighting, but Dyslexic and WeCare are just going to try and end the team fight in like 3 seconds or less. Whereas Poor Sushi might want the fight to sort of last a little bit longer, get to him some more resets. Of course, CC are going to try and peel, make that happen. Uerdon and Shinobi can wombo combo, but if the wombo combo misses, they still have strong team fight. Interestingly enough, we see Dyslexic actually going jungler. You might see that change since later in the split, since I know Dyslexic plays mid for the UVA collegiate team. But maybe he just feels that he can impact the jungle very heavily. So, I mean, he's obviously... I've played with these people, but not in a team setting. And he's obviously their captain and used to be Diamond 1, so he probably knows what he's doing with his players. Interestingly enough, no one played Callista. Although she's really hard to play with 100 ping or above. She's a very, very strong ADC right now. Also, they both went for 4 went Graves. Sort of off. I'm an ADC main, so I really like talking about the AD carries. I apologize. But sort of like non-meta AD carry pickups. Although they're both fairly strong. I would say Jinx is a little bit stronger, just in terms of scaling throughout the game and how she spikes. But Caitlyn, Caitlyn Janna is like a tried and true, really strong combo. So we'll see how the purple inhibitor carries do. Also, purple inhibitor cares and we cares is a joke because we had a team last split that's called Who Cares. And Who Cares, of course, is back, but those two teams decided to troll, and that's why we have some pretty, in my opinion, stupid names. But, oh well. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is week 1 of the UVA LCS, and we are into the game. Purple Inhibitor Cares facing off against We Care. Man, every time I hear that, right, the updated music for Summoner's Rift, always impressed with how good of a job Riot did. Got the icons all straightened out. Oh, let me update the overlay real quick for y'all. Oh, wrong overlay. There we go. So here we go. Looks like no fancy tricks. Everyone's just gonna sort of play it safe. We see one ward there from We Care just to make sure they don't get invaded. But honestly, Katarina not very strong at invades. Jarvan's okay at invades, but Malphite also not too good at invades. So it looks like both teams are just going to play it standard, play it safe. Interestingly enough, we have to note though, it looks like Uerdon and Shinobi 143 are going to start the blue buff, or Gromp into blue buff. So we might see an early gank bot lane, and if that lane of Caitlyn Janna gets ahead, they can press their advantage so hard. Caitlyn's 650 range as well as Janna's shield is going to cause absolute massive damage to basically anyone. You're going to get poked down so hard because Eye of the Storm also provides attack damage as well as that shield. So I'm curious to see how Hanuel and Jenna's Magical are going to play against that if there is any early pressure. The most interesting lane though. Oh, interesting left. Dyslexic going blue buff first. And he did smite it, huh? I think the mid lane is... Oh man, the mid lane is going to be very fascinating. Just Ferox W, he's not a mid laner. He's less experienced than Porosushi, but then again, Porosushi not an incredibly strong early game champion. If Porosushi manages to 1v1 Ferox W, that's going to be absolutely huge for Purple Inhibitor Cares. Likewise, if he's going to be able to outroam Ferox W, that also could be very bad for We Care. So guys, if you have never watched UV LCS games before, I mean, I'm usually checking the chat, so there's like 13 of you right now. If you have any questions or any comments you'd like to make, I absolutely would appreciate your input. Otherwise, relax and enjoy the show. Arja 90N. I'm just going to call it R Dragon, I guess. I don't know. Also a new player to the UVA LCS. We'll see how he does. Poor Sushi now has a ward, so I think Dyslexic is spotted. Fair XW. Can he land the charm here? I'm not sure anything is going to happen. Dyslexic, though, applied the red buff, actually. Oh, charm hit a minion. Maybe if Fair XW had committed with the flash charm, but poor Sushi might have been able to react and flash away, so Dyslexic just letting poor Sushi know that he is in the area. Ooh, Charmis again, and poor Sushi actually taking Ferox W low and also has a CS advantage. This is rough. I mean, if Ferox W is down a little bit in CS, it's not going to be that bad, but if poor Sushi is able to snowball it, things could go from bad to worse in that mid lane. Annual poor Akimata, more or less even. Poor Akimata doing a little bit better in CS and also harassing Jenna's magical down pretty well. Our Dragon going in for the combo, but actually trades a little bit poorly there. Takes a lot of damage, and Uerdon pretty damn tanky. Ooh. Looks like Ferox W landed a charm in the mid lane, but just out of mana. He has a decent amount and might be able to sustain a little bit with that Doran's ring. But poor Sushi made a smart decision to buy that Doran shield, which not only heals himself, but also gives him that all-important auto attack regen. Katarina, of course, being a melee champion, and Ari being a long-range champion as far as auto attack is concerned, means that Doran's shield really helps out with the auto attack arrest that Ferox W can provide. There we see a little bit of that poke I was talking about before. Jenna's magical and Hanul both taken very low. Hanul has that potion, and he hasn't decided to chug on it quite yet. Little late shield there. But other than a slight CS advantage right now for purple inhibitor carries, the game has been pretty quiet. If Dyslexic is able to make a gank happen before Shinobi 143 does, they could maybe take back the lead, but for now it's going to be a 600 gold lead after 6 minutes in favor of purple inhibitor cares. And remember, guys, we always have a short interview session with some of the members of the winning teams, so it's up to you guys. What would you like? Ooh, Dyslexic looking to go mid lane, but just going to pick up some farm. As Ferox W did have the recall. Missed that CS, unfortunate. Yeah, but put in chat who do you like me to interview, and I will make it happen. Jenna's magical whiffing her W there. Shinobi 143 doing a little bit of counter jungling. Very good. Shinobi 143 being an 80 carry main. I really like the fact that he's very aggressively playing in the enemy jungle since he knows Dyslexic has to help his mid laner out. That's a fairly aggressive ward, taking Gromp and taking Scuttle Crab as well. It's just a nice bit of early jungle control. And even though, I mean, the gold lead is pretty small at this point, purple inhibitor cares right now are probably very content with what they're doing so far. Dyslexic is going to run by or walk by that Scuttle Crab, so he will be caught out. He's going to go for his blue buff. Is he going to give it over? I don't think he should right here. He's going to be 6, so he will have that Vault Breaker up, or Assault and Battery. Vault Breaker is his Q. So Dyslexic, with his ultimate, is he going to decide and gank maybe bot, maybe mid? But I really think he should gank somewhere soon. It looks like he's going to try and go bot. Jenna's magical. About halfway from 6, so this could be dangerous. CCO is actually about to get his monsoon up. The Dyslexic really wants to make this gank happen, though. course, all summoners up on both bot lanes. If we maybe see a Flash Tibbert followed by a Sultan Battery, it could be very bad for purple inhibitor cares. Ooh, will we see it? CSU and Poor Akimata playing a little bit farther back. We have a ping coming out of Shinobi 143. He actually wants to gank. Maybe they know something's up. And it looks like Dyslexic's going to work on his Gromp a little bit. Yeah, if purple inhibitor cares, I'll gladly interview you, bro. Alright, here we go. Poor Akimata going to be taken low. Ultimate and Stun comes out. Is Vi going to be there in time? Flash in. Flash away for Akibata. And now Shinobi is here. Dyslexic going to be taking turret shots. Dyslexic, will he go down? Yes, he does. First blood over to CCO. Picks up that blue buff. Jen is magical now in trouble. Oh my goodness. A teleport coming in as well. Purple inhibitor cares. This is not the gank they wanted. 2 kills over. Are they looking for a third? Yes, they are. A new Flash heals away and it looks like he might get out alive. But that gank was not what We Cares was looking for, as purple inhibitor cares. Oh! They actually managed to pick up a kill. CCO getting very greedy there. Even flashing, still going down. And We Care picking up a little bit there that they shouldn't have. Overall, still very good play to PIC, and they are now 2,400 gold in the lead and might look to pick up this first dragon as well. Our dragon is going to try and do as much damage to the top turret as he can, but I'm just not sure. He might even, if he can't take it down with this, oh my goodness, then We Care are going to be in a tough spot. Dragon, of course, will go over to purple inhibitor cares. And what's nice is at least We Care have the timer if they take advantage of the fact that they see him. Oh, Shinobi 143 might get cut out here. Stun coming. Oh, recalls. They made it back. And our dragon will pick up that turret, but still decent gold lead for PIC. Can Azir ultimate stop Malphite? I feel like he can. I like everything stops Malphite, to be completely honest. In the mid lane, no kills happening, but Ferox W is getting completely outclassed here. This is something I mentioned might be a problem before for We Care. VXW is not a mid laner, and poor Sushi is one of the best mid laners in the UV LCS, so kind of a rough start for VXW. Ooh, poor Akimata taking low, or taking a little bit of damage, just say not low, but taking a good amount of poke. PIC ping Dyslexic out. They know he's around their jungle. Dyslexic, even though he went down, he actually has done a very good job farming his jungle. On the champion, Vi generally isn't known for her farming, and actually we might see a gank from Shinobi 143. Will he walk over a ward? He won't, because there isn't a ward in the area. A lot of deep ward coverage otherwise, and we might see another 3v3 fight here. Poor Akimata going to be taken low, and Dyslexic going to go in. Poor Akimata doesn't have flash. He's going to take a lot of damage, and the ultimate coming out of CCO. The ultimate onto CCO now, as it looks like PIC might lose this fight. Shinobi 143 will go down to 2-for-1 in favor of We Care, and a sort of couple of interesting decisions there. Deciding to ult onto the CCO, who, I mean, he stopped the channel of Monsoon, so that might have actually been very, very smart play. And We Care are also going to pick up this turret now. That's very good for them. Oh no, poor Akimata might get caught. He does have 90 caliber net, and he's out of mana. Hanuel's going to pick up a kill here for sure. Oh boy. Jen is magical, and he'll need to be careful now. Poor Sushi might look for something, but Jen is magical has stun onto the trap and the stun. The chain CC. Poor Sushi, is he going to be able to pick up a kill? He gets the resets. Can he get Hanuel down? Flash coming out. Poor Sushi's going to be taken low. However, I don't think he can kill Hanuel now. Although Shinobi 143 might. Hanuel, he does have, no, he doesn't have flash. He's dead for sure. Shut down over to the bloodthirsty support. CCO has a red buff now, but that's quite alright. Janna has pretty high attack, auto attack range, so her applying slows upon slows, not too bad. What's up, Ionic Riptide? Thanks for watching. And here we go. A ping coming out. You heard on our dragon, doing what top laners do, just tanking, fighting. Although actually, the meta isn't very top tank heavy at the moment. We see a lot of AP champions. Dragon isn't up for a while. Oh, and unfortunately, man, they should add the ability to see how many dragons have been taken by each team on the spectator client. That'd be awesome. Rito plus... Poor Sushi. Oh, Dyslexic. Are they going to be able to get him? Charm does land, and a decent amount of damage. Dyslexic has his ultimate in 5 seconds, so not quite. Although 4 members of PIC are now grouped in this mid lane. FairXW might not be able to keep this turret alive if Purple Inhibitor carries decide to go for it. And yeah, he's just going to have to give that up. Good rotation. Genis Magical and Hunul not really taking anything for that as the enemy turret was already destroyed. But we might see a 4v4 here if the engage comes out. Teleport comes in from our dragon. Uh-oh. Poor Sushi's trying to recall, but he's going to get caught out and stunned up. Poor Sushi, what are you doing? Shumpo's away, but now he's going to get slowed. Genis Magical flashes and is able to land a stun on Shinobi, who flashed away. Monsoon coming out. And it looks like nothing is going to happen in a very sort of weird engage. Actually, poor Akimata getting charmed. The Jinx ultimate comes out, but no one is near low enough. Okay. So, like I said, this game probably going to be a little bit sloppy. Everyone's sort of getting back into their own rhythm. Oh, are we going to see a counter engage here? Shinobi 1 for 3 doesn't have a flash. He's going to go down. Shinobi 1 for 3 without flash decides to engage. That was a bad idea. Plain and simple, and with Dragon up in 30 seconds, this could be very bad for PIC. Gyrodon taking a little bit of damage, but our Dragon taking a little bit more from that Sunfire cape. I actually really like Malphite into Renekton and Vi. The only ability power based damage coming out of WeCares' composition is Ahri, and Ahri had a very rough lane. So Malphite's going to be so tanky in team fights, and WeCare are really going to have to play around that if they want to win and come ahead in this game. Although right now, just a couple of 100 gold behind. They can definitely fight their way back in this game, and it looks like it's going to start with the Dragon. See the pings come out from blue side. Of course, PSC know the Dragon's up, and they're going to want to try and get it. We might see a 5v5 here. Uerdon, remember, has teleport, while our Dragon does not, so he's going to decide to walk into this lane. Pink ward comes down. Cecil takes a crit. Genis Magical taken low. They started the Dragon already, which might have been a bad decision. Cecil going to take a lot of damage here. Has to flash away immediately. Our Dragon, uh-oh, he's going to get caught. Looks like he'll be fine. Poe coming out and Malphite teleport coming in. Hanul uses choppers, it looks like just to zone. Now the question is, do PIC start this Dragon? And if they do, what is WeCare going to do about it? Dyslexic is nearby, although his teammates are low. Can he get the Smite Steal? He does get the Smite Steal. The 5-star Shinobi 1 for 3. 3-man Malphite ultimate. Oh my goodness, the wombo combo right now. So much damage. Dyslexic still alive somehow. Hanul alive. They're trying to kill poor Sushi, and they do get him down. FairXW now trying to kite and stay alive. Dyslexic is exhausted, has to run away. Uerdon also with 10 HP. Hanul and Dyslexic, are they going to go for this? Uh-oh. Hanul flashes away, stays alive. Flash charm misses. Uerdon going to be taken down, but Dyslexic in return. A 3-for-3 fight. Somehow, WeCare managed to fight back after a fantastic 3-man Malphite ultimate. It looks like poor Sushi died a little bit too early, and considering that was a 3-for-3 and WeCare got Dragon, I would say absolutely worth for WeCare. Yo, I want to see at least one person say TYDFG in the chat. Because that's what they do whenever in LCS games. Whenever we see DFG, since of course it will be gone in the next patch. I want to note, even though Ferox had a hard time manning, he's 2-0-1 so far, so it looks like he kind of knows how to play the role right. Maybe just his last hitting mechanics could improve. So I would love to see sort of most improved laner, and of course it is the first game of the season, so I'm not going to say he's most improved by any means. But there's some players in the UV LCS who aren't Diamond, who aren't Platinum, who have a kind of high potential. And I personally think Ferox is one of them, since he likes to play this game. Trust me, he plays this game a lot. Now that he has more reason to with the UV LCS, I'm sure I will see him all the time in solo queue. Or not in solo queue, in normal queue, since he doesn't play ranked. But for now, looking at this game, Poro, Sushi, and the Purple Inhibitor Care's crew have basically been ahead by the same gold total the entire game, and it looks like We Care want to come ahead. They pick up their third turret of the game and gives them the turret lead. Jinx is so strong for taking turrets, and 4-1 and 3, that's going to be pretty rough to stop. I want to point out also that Janna built a Medjay, so if CCO can stay alive, that could be very bad later. Uh-oh. Our Dragon and Dyslexic trying to get a kill onto Uerda. The Assault Breaker, oh my goodness, the Vault Breaker misses, and Assault and Battery not used by Dyslexic. However, We Care not going to lose very much out of that, simply because it looks like PIC wasn't able to make anything happen, but we might see an engage. Poor Akimata going to be taken low. Flash coming in. Ton of damage, but a really good Monsoon keeps him alive, but for how long? Katarina now going to get stunned and ulted by Vi. Is Katarina going to be able to get out alive? I don't think so. Our Dragon now, they're looking for Uerdon, but they can't find Uerdon. However, they found 4 other kills and turrets and potentially an inhibitor turret as well. Oh man, that was really, really good on Dyslexic. I mentioned before that he doesn't play jungle. Like, I've really never seen him play jungle, even for fun games. So him playing Vi, he's 1-4-8, but he has absolutely been calling the shots for his team. Fantastic engage, and yes, he did go down, but his team managed to get a 4-for-1. So very worth for We Care. And they take the gold lead, 3,000 gold for the first time this game. Move up over to Ferox W. Is he going to get caught out now? Does not have flash or ultimate. Charm misses, but combo misses as well. Malphite ultimate now. Ferox W going to be taken low. Is he going to go down? Who's he going to go to? It goes to Uerdon. Shut down onto Ahri. And double buffs transferred over to Malphite as well. So PIC getting a little bit for that, but they're still behind this game. Good rotation, though. They will pick up their third turret of the game, bringing that gold total or just a little bit closer. Dyslexic gonna give the red buff over to Hanul, but without Ahri, I don't know if they want to fight this. Dyslexic now caught out and will go down. Uerdon on a killing spree. Fear the Golem, ladies and gents. Malphite OP, and it looks like actually PIC gonna pick up another turret now. Meanwhile, Ferox has respawned, however, Dyslexic is now dead, so I'm not sure We Care want to fight, and we might actually see PIC push for an inner turret. Although a lot of wave clear, this would be pretty dangerous. While Caitlyn and Janna are pretty good at poking, Malphite and Katarina not so much. Don't really provide much for a siege composition. So it looks like they make the call to back off of that turret, and I think the next fight we'll see is probably going to be around Dragon, as both teams are going to want to pick up that second Dragon and get closer to that all-important 5th Dragon buff. But so far, man, I'm really glad. First game of the season, and it's incredibly close. 23 minutes in, and there's less than 100 gold difference. That's absolutely fantastic. Of course, that was one of my main goals, is to try and make it as fun and as balanced as possible. It looks like WeCare is going to have the initial setup. They pick up the Scuttle Crab and a recall coming out of Shinobi and Uerdon. Are they just going to get this dragon up? I don't think so, but Shinobi doesn't have mana for a lot. Dyslexic actually getting a 2-man knockup. CCO going to be taken low. 4-man Malphite ultimate, and this might be PIC's fight. Porsche is going to be knocked up. Is he going to go down? Exhaust onto our dragon, and the Sonya's coming out of Porosushi. Porosushi, can he get out alive? It looks like he can, but CCO does not. And WeCare. Uh-oh, Porosushi now going to go to work. 2 kills so far. Triple kill, however, for Hanul. He's going to be looking for Porosushi. Porosushi now, can he get out? Stun onto Porosushi, and he goes down, but Hanul does as well. After all is said and done, crazy 4 for 4 fight. Triple kills on both teams. And talk about balanced, close games. This is about as close as it can get. Lexic had a really nice really nice Q. Keep forgetting I do apologize. I should know this. Vault Breaker, that's right. With Dragon still up though, it looks like they might go for it. However, Assault and Battery this time not up. Most ultimates are down on both teams, so we might actually see a 5v5 without ultimates. Although Shinobi 143 actually has mana, he has ultimate as well. Teleport coming in. This is dangerous. Jinx isn't quite here yet. Will Dyslexic get the smite though? No, he does not. Dyslexic going to be taken low. Our Dragon as well. They're on to the backside, but Dyslexic goes down. Uerdon and Shinobi taken low themselves. Can they get the kill? Uerdon goes down. Resets galore. Katarina's nowhere near this fight, and Hanul picks up another kill. Double kill so far. Can he get the triple? It looks like he might. But Porosushi now is going to be looking to clean up the fight, and he does. He's going to get a... Oh my god, that's a penta. No, Quadra. Who died? Oh, Dyslexic died before. Oh, Katarina. Katarina was not there for the fight, but Riot, please. Janitor Katarina. Porosushi cleans up with a Quadra kill. And PIC get another turret as well as the Baron and swing the gold in their favor once again. Yeah, Katarina. I didn't know Porosushi is one of the Katarina mains, but in order to be a mid laner in the UVLCS, the joke I always make is that you have to play Katarina because she's always banned. We rarely see Katarinas played, and if we do see Katarinas played, this is kind of what it looks like. Dyslexic going very damage heavy, has completed that Trinity Force, now also going ranges Tilt Blazer. Oh! Tries to go for the cheeky smite, but doesn't get it. Poor Akimata, though, in danger. Oh, he's probably going to go down here. Monsoon coming out, but I'm just not sure. Although the shield, are they going to actually be able to keep him alive? Looks like they might. Porosushi is going to join the fight as well. The resets are going to come. Poor Akimata is still alive, and somehow Purple Inhibitor Cares turn it around. Although shutdown onto Porosushi might just mean that Jenna's Magical and Hunul will feel they can take this 2v2. I don't think we've had a fight in the last 20 minutes that hasn't been dead even as far as kills are concerned. And having that shutdown onto Jinx is absolutely huge. 12-3 and 8 versus 12-4 and 5. Wow. Yeah, this is a very messy game. Like I said, both these teams, none of these are like, although they're established teams, none of these teams have played together as fives in the